is Hard Rock Stadium here in South Florida. Tonight, a good one on Thursday night primetime. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Miami Dolphins on Thursday night primetime. Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen ready for some preseason football. And off we go from South Florida. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Falcons set to take over here on offense. They'll be led out by the lefty from the University of Washington. It's Michael Penix.
And remember now, Mike, since they made the schedule change, this week 2 of the 3-week preseason is really the opportunity to have a dress rehearsal for a lot of these starters. We see them get more game opportunities and game reps, all in preparation for week 1 to kick off. But for the rest of the team, there's the guys looking to fight for roles. There's a lot of guys just looking to fight to make the roster.
On second down, here's Penix. Going right sideline and complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. It is a big play there for the Falcons. 32 yards.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
They're going to go play action with Penix. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line. That one's good for 26 yards.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
And a good run there to get him 5 yards.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. And third down coming up. From the gun, here is Penix. That pass sideline is caught. Nice catch, stays in bounds, and he's got the first down. Terrific job with the feet to make that one a grab.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Here's a run. And he dances away from one defender on his way. Gain of 7. Here now, second down and goal. Let's go. Carter will score. Touchdown, Atlanta.
But you know the old saying, Mike, the games don't count, but they matter. And these are the kind of things that really matter. Efficiency, in and out of the huddle, really work the offense and the process. And that's exactly what we saw here. To be this well-oiled early in the year is a great sign of things to come once we get to the regular season here in a couple weeks.
Seven 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. He'll start at the 2. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Miami offense will make their way onto the field. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
There's so much conversation around the NFL, Mike, about the importance of these preseason games. And while the final score certainly doesn't matter, there is the evaluation of your roster, your personnel. You can't replicate these live reps and simulate them in practice. So these are your moments. Go out, play fast, play confident. Build those reps that you need so when the regular season comes around, you're ready.
Back to the air once more on second down. That's complete. It's Jalen Waddle. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of
16 yards. Pick up on that one. Good for a Dolphins first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
They'll run here. This is Devon Achane. And he'll get about 5. From the 48-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5.
brings up 2nd and 5.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That one out wide to Achane. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
It's a gain of 8. And the Dolphins first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Open man, it's Jameson Williams. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. Able to get loose after the catch for more yardage. That'll be a pickup of 21.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. That's complete. Calvin Austin. And they'll have 1st and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line.
14 more yards. That's another Dolphins first down.
Here we go.
First and goal.
To the air one more time. That one taken in. Jameson Williams. Touchdown Miami.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down to score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback. The Falcons offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. And, Greg, it's the time of year where those veterans know they're going to make the team. They're going to be on the roster for the opener. So when you went through that phase of your career, how did you approach the preseason?
It's certainly different when I was a rookie or really early in my career than I was towards the back end. There's no question. And I think as I got older in the league and a little bit more established, my priorities of what I wanted out of those games, Mike, I think might have changed a little bit, right? I wanted to feel what it was like to get tackled. I wanted to feel what it was like just getting in and out of the huddle, keeping up with the play clock, getting into the operation of the game. It wasn't necessarily about how many catches or trying to make the roster, but it was the next step, preparing myself for the inevitability of a week 1 playing the full game in a full live environment. So this was the next step. You got practice to get your body right. Then you had a couple preseason reps to kind of take that next step, all leading up to being healthy and ready to go come week 1 of the regular season.
So on 4th down, Matthew Hayball out to punt. And he'll go forward a few yards on the return. That's where the offense will take over. The Dolphins offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with 1st down. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
26-yard line.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. A pass complete to the tight end, Evan Ingram. That pass play good for 22. First down, Miami.
Dolphins first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Back to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go. Set. Steady.
Now they'll set up to throw. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Good-looking screen play there. A gain of 11 and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Let's go. A run, and it's A-Chan. And he's going to be taken down, but not until he reaches the 20-yard line. A gain there of 21. Good for a Dolphins first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Red zone now. He'll drop to throw. It's scooped up by the Falcons. He's to midfield. Inside the 30. And he fumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery. And the great return for the touchdown. They'll line it up to kick the extra point. He's got it. And the Falcons will move out to a 14-7 lead.
Dolphins 7.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 2. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense about ready to take over once more. Hey, total opposite so far in these first 2 possessions. Scoring the touchdown in their opening drive. They gave it right back a moment ago when the fumble was returned for 6 the other way. Going left side, and it's taken in by Williams. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
At the 60, at the 60. Let's go.
Now, faking the give. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So, we are through one here on Thursday Night Primetime. It's the Falcons with the early lead. And we're back to South Florida after this. The Dolphins in possession of the football. We begin the second quarter as they've got it with first and 10. Here's a give to A-Chan. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up
Ball
second
on the
and
40
7.
now. Here's second down and 7. He'll look to throw. He finds Austin with the grab. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
That's another Dolphins first down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. That is caught left side by Waddle. And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6. From the 23, this is second and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
They'll run with A-Chan. And they're finally going to bring him down. It's a first down if it stands, but maybe a hold set him free. He's stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Third and long.
No gain on the play. Brings up third and 13.
They'll look to throw. Sending it deep for Waddle. And that is incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target. And it's going to lead to fourth down.
On the coverage.
Bates' kick is good. And the Dolphins are back within 4 at 14-10.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10.
Hey! Check that!
On a run with Carter. And he will not be able to turn upfield. He'll drop him behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Now Penix to throw on 2nd down. He'll swing this one out wide to Carter. And he's going to be out of bounds. Gain of just a couple. And now we've got 3rd down coming up.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Quick throw, taken in, and he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down. Here's Matthew Hayball now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. Going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run this one straight ahead with Achane. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. A gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Miami.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Right side and brought in by Williams. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
That's another Dolphins 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Achane, and he'll maneuver his way down to the 44. Linebacker Troy Anderson there to make the play. They face 2nd down and 7.
2nd and 7.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. And this will be knocked out. Incomplete. Penalty flag down in the backfield. Usually a sign of a hold. Here's a screen coming for Wright. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Complete to Jalen White.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long.
And 11.
Let's go!
He's going to air this one out. That's caught! And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
That's another Dolphins 1st down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Here's Achane. And he's into the end zone. Devon Achane. Touchdown, Dolphins. Good drive. They kept the ball. They moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Bates now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Dolphins move out to a 3-point edge, 17-14. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard mark. Well, the Falcons offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Plant. It's Penix. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete. Looks like we have an injured Falcon on this play. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun. It's Penix. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's got it to the 35-yard line. A gain there of 10 yards. It's good for a Falcon 1st down. From the gun, here is Pitts. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
At the 49-yard line.
Gonna throw again. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A 1st down.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. We've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off. It seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Now a timeout. Atlanta, that's their 1st, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Got to get this to the 25. Here's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Penix. Oh, this pass rush dialed in right now. They get him again. Now the Dolphins going to use the 1st of their timeouts as the clock stops. 50 seconds to play until halftime. Here's the punter now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And this is going to work out for them. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the 1st half. This defense will need to find a way to key in on him because the eating them up right now. That's taken in by Achane. They'll look to pick up the pace.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 17-yard line.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He's going to look for the home run ball. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
Brings up
Now a 3rd and 2. He's got the hook up there to Waddle. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And that is incomplete.
So I don't hate the decision, Mike, but it just feels like he put a little too much air on that ball. It just took up way too much time to get to the open receiver. And when you hang a ball that long, the defenders at this level are just going to break and attack on that ball. And he's lucky that didn't end up going back the other direction.
That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
Solid rep there for this corner, Mike. I mean, to stay disciplined with his technique throughout the entire play. So often we see when the ball's put in the air, the defender can panic and they either get a pass interference or they misplay the ball. This time he times it perfectly and forces the incompletion.
That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up, put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula and come out on top in this tight one as we hit the second half. This fielded at about the 9. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Jalen Wright. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. It's a nice start to the drive, a gain of 10, and a quick first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Run again with Wright. He's beyond midfield to the 45. And they get him to the ground, but he's all the way down to the 35-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Back to throw. It's going to be pulled in by Wright. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. From the 31, here is 2nd and 5.
At the 31-yard line.
They're going to run, and that's the man from OK State, Ollie Gordon. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. They'll throw out of the gun. He'll look underneath here and find Wright. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
Less than a yard.
Now off the the bootleg. He'll look to throw here. Oh, yeah. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. A big play there on 4th down. Good for an even 20.
First down. First and goal at the 6-yard
Now, faking the give. That one knocked away. And it's incomplete.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
And this defense trying to stiff it. He gets back to the line, and that is it. 3rd and goal coming up.
Well, after the failures of the 1st and 2nd down, you got to look now at your 3rd down call sheet. Every play caller has a section, must-have-it plays, critical downs. I say this one falls in that category, and we'll see what they have up their sleeve.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. He's got his big tight end. Down Miami. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. And he's got it at the 1. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Falcons offense ready for their first possession of this second half. The deficit is 10, 24-14. The work to do as they come up for 1st and 10. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that one.
2nd and 11. Now they'll set up to throw. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete. 3rd and 11. He'll look to throw. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. The Falcons send their punting unit out. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. This fielded inside the 35. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. The Dolphins offense back onto the field for their next possession. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with 1st down.
Let's go now. Go.
Off the play pick. He'll look to throw. This one not quite on target. And too much. That one falls incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And they'll get about 8 out of that one. But still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll run out of the gun with Wright. And they're going to get the conversion here. Good run to the 44, and that's a 1st down.
Gain of 4 yards.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. This one batted away. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Washington. Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
A give here to Wright. And he'll get only about 3 before being ridden out of bounds.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and
What
7.
can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. To the right side, he's got Ingram, the tight end. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 15.
It's a gain of 27 yards.
On the move at the 14-yard line. It's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Red zone now. He'll drop to throw. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Really nice play there by the defender, Mike, and not only to force the incomplete, but it's the timing. Understanding if he gets there too early, you bring in PI. You get there too late, it leads to a completion. That time he times it just right and knocks the ball away.
Holding offense.
They'll look to throw. He's got it inside the 5. And he's going to be brought down. Ball sitting on the 3. It is 1st down and goal.
That's another Dolphins first down.
They'll look to throw yet again. That is caught by the tight end. Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Dolphins. Here's Gates for the extra point. He knocks it through. The Dolphins will extend this 3rd quarter lead.
31. Falcons 14.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 3. And he's down at 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Falcons offense ready to take over once more. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll try to set up the screen here. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass.
2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They're going to motion the tight end over here. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
So there's a sense of urgency with these RPOs, especially in the NFL game, because your linemen, they're thinking it's a run, so you can't allow them to get downfield. So that's where this quick decision-making from the quarterback is so critical, and the timing of this one just wasn't quite right and falls incomplete. And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Washington, incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. This one complete to Washington. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. That'll be a gain of 20, much of it coming after the catch as they pick up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately his passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off from their execution and leads to an incompletion.
And they will finally get him down, but not before he takes this to the Falcons' 14-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
The 14-yard line.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's to the end zone, but just too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
For number 82, incomplete. Xavier Watts on the coverage.
To the air again on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be taken down back at the 20-yard line.
A 7-yard loss brings up 3rd down.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. EA Sports back for more. The NFL preseason after this. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long.
Tag! 70 Timberwolves! Get up!
That is going to be called in. He's got it. Galen Wright. Touchdown, Miami. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
And before the try, remember, it is a touchdown. All scoring plays
Previous play
are
is under
reviewed,
review.
so replay will confirm this one before we do anything else.
Have to review the play.
So, ruled
Ruling
a
on the field
touchdown
game.
originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board.
Makes the score Dolphins 38, Falcons 14.
So, after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Falcons offense ready to take over once again. Things not looking good. But see if we get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike. It's just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this offense, and it continued here on this last play.
Looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
They may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
And he'll get this to the 35. That's good enough for the 1st down.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the 1st down.
He'll take off again. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. They get an even 20 on that one. 1st down, Atlanta.
At the 45-yard line.
Go! 18 guard, Blake!
Putting the tight end in motion. To the air now on 1st and 10. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He runs with it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
It's going to be third. They need 1. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. A gain of 16 yards. It's good for a Falcon first down.
And that's a heck of a run there on 3rd and 1. So often these backs are just thinking, all right, just get 1 yard, pick up the first down. But not this guy. He's thinking, I know where the marker is, but I'm going to pick up as many yards after that as I can. That's exactly what he does. Fresh set of downs.
Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Handoff here, up the middle, and he is not going to get away. Might have gotten the yards, but it will set up 3rd down.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
That was incomplete. Humphrey outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Brown. Inside the 30. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Dolphins. So they make the decision on 4th down and try to go for it. Instead, it goes back the other way for a big 6.
Yeah, and anytime you go for it on 4th down, you're saying, hey, we don't mind rolling the dice and taking some chances. In this case, it backfires. The defense is able to capitalize, and they take it all the way back the other way.
Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Dolphins add on to their already sizable lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. He fields it at the 8. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over one. More. They'll start out. First down and 10. Right back to the air following that pick six. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down. Back to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
And remember, he threw that pick six on the previous drive, so don't think that's still not in the back of his head. He's certainly not going to risk giving the ball away again, and good decision there to just throw it away.
That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. Now, after the play, he'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially that it's not too serious. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. They'll give on the ground. And he managed to break a tackle, get this forward for a couple. And it's second down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he has his offense set up in great field position inside the red zone.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at the 19-yard line.
On the give, it's right. And the Dolphins are going to have first and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
Gain of 10 yards.
A pickup of 10, and it's going to set up first and goal.
First down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Here's a run. A short kick down to the 7.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
At the 7-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 7 for second and goal.
19, 18. Check out.
Head up. This is right. And this one blown up. Good surge. Drop him. A loss on the play. Back to the 9-yard line. Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's third and goal. And that's going to be incomplete, but a flag down in the backfield. That's the area we usually see holding. Out comes Jake Bates to try a field goal here. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Dolphins will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter. So, after his field goal, Bates back out to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Falcons offense getting set to get back to work. They'll do so with first and 10. Start on the ground. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Second down, 8 yards to go. The RPO, that one is complete. And a up and down, just shy of the 40. So from the 39, they come up on first and 10. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. Back-to-back, gains of 10 yards. And back-to-back first downs.
And this completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game by any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight, they continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of going into next week.
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
4 yards on the pick.
He'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. Here we go. One final play. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete. And that will do it. This one comes to an end. So, fins up. It's a win for the Dolphins as they move to 2-0 in this preseason, getting that second win here in Week 2. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins, home winners here as we say farewell from South Florida.